Hello everybody, it is me, and today is June 1st, 2024, and in 27 days, I move out of this one-bedroom apartment. Yeah, and I never really showed off this apartment, and I'm actually using my thing I've had for like 2 or 3 years, my little round thing that, like, it just follows you wherever you go, so you can see just how messy my house is because I'm moving. But I want to get on here and just be as transparent as possible. It's June 1st, and May was a very difficult month for me, it was disastrous. But I'm walking into June with high expectations that with a positive mental attitude, PMA, I got it. And it started with me putting on this dress that I wore today with some purple leggings. And my inspiration was an eggplant. Yeah. And I decided to bedazzle my comb. See them? Yeah. And I'm liking it. I only had a few yesterday. Then today, I went to the store and added some more. By the time next week comes, this whole thing might be just bedazzled. I might just have a bedazzled comb on my head. But guess what? I'm going to do it. Because how my May was, it ain't nothing but, Delana, do what you want to do. Be as bold as you need to be. This is your time. I've been, look, my girls is, look at her. Look at her. She just, you can't see it. You hear that? That's her lead. Because my life has been chaotic. So, yeah, later on you're going to see a TikTok. It might be today. I don't know when I'm going to put it out. But I'm definitely putting this out today because today is June 1st. But you're going to see a TikTok from me in, come back over here, in this outfit. Not with these snack tights. And definitely not these moccasins. These are my indoor moccasins. But guess what? Why does it keep moving? Is there a ghost in here? It keeps moving. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. So, and I did a TikTok already that you might not see for another 2 or 3 weeks talking about my snack tights, my love of snack tights. And I'll see you later fall. But guess what? I got snack tights on today. And it's hot as I don't know what outside. And I ain't going nowhere. But I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep making myself feel good. I'm going to keep making myself look good. I'm going to keep being as bold as I want to be. The month of June is rejuvenation, regeneration, positivity, and I'm going to be all that I can be. Ooh. That's it, bye. Oh, and I want to get the whole cone in here because I want to show y'all what my reference was when I woke up this morning, or really yesterday, because I started it yesterday on my look for today. You ready? Huh? There it is. And I used to love that show, and for some reason that popped into my head today, and I was like, you know what, Dawana? Bump it, yo. You have been so, like, bogged down in grief, and anxiety, and depression, and guilt, and anger, and sadness. I haven't even enjoyed the fact that I'm moving, because the fact is, this is the last place my son will ever be, in a place that I live, and we lived so many places throughout our lives, with the kind of mother they had. Ding. But that's really took a toll on me all of May. It really did. I mean, it started a little bit before Mother's Day, but like Mother's Day and all the rest of May, I've been, But today's June 1st. I got the tatas like the mama and all. Like, I got the saggy tatas and all. Like, saggy titty. That's me, Anyway, so I said earlier I was going to be bold, right? Boldness for me is going live. I don't know why I have such a problem with going live. I don't know. It, like, scares me for some reason for people I would never start talking to me. But I want to sit around and I want to talk and mentor people I don't know. Make it make sense, Dawana. Come on, God. Work it out. Work it out, Lord. So, what I want to say so bad, every day this month, I'm going to go live for at least 5 minutes. God, that's a long time for me to start out. So I'm going to work my way up. But starting today, I'm going to go live sometime every single day the month of June, And in that, when I go live, I'm going to be talking about this move, what this move means, how it's made me feel, how it's brought up, like, past things with me. What have I been doing to my nails? Anyway, I was brought back old memories of some things that I forgot, and a lot of memories of my son, So I'm going to talk about my moving and the grief, and I'm going to share some stories about my son, and hopefully I can get my daughter in on some of them, and we'll be sitting here talking about, this grief journey we're both been on. This is like the longest TikTok I've ever done. I'm going to try to spice it up where I talk a little bit faster, but I really want to get all this out in one TikTok so that it's all out there, so that I don't care if nobody watches me live. I think that's my biggest thing. Nobody going to watch me live, Then you get in your head, but guess what? I gotta do it. I gotta be bold. This is the next step. PMA. Get ready.
Alright. I got 26 more days until I move out of this one bedroom into my new place. As you can see, everything is a mess. I just came from church, and this positive mental attitude, I'm having a hard time with it. I'm having a really hard time with it, Going live, that's not going to happen. At least not this week. I've decided that every morning and every night in fact, I'm going to show you. Something I always wanted when I was here was a prayer closet. I tried so many times to get one, and I either had too many clothes. I didn't have a walk-in closet like I thought I was. So I would make makeshift ones, and then somebody will move in, one of my kids will move in, and then that was out, and it just became too much. Hopefully in the new place, I will have a designated spot that I can make into my prayer closet, prayer room, prayer bathroom, whatever. You understand? But for right now, I decided that I am going to designate 2 times, one time in the morning and one time in the evening, that I'm going to get in here, in this space right here. This space, yeah, where my grandson's underwear, I need to pick them up before I sit down. And I'm going to pray. Because the feelings that I feel, something's going on with me. I feel like I'm falling down a rabbit hole. I'm tired of being around people. I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want nobody around me. But I'm going to get on here every day. And I'm going to speak something. If not even into myself, but to somebody else. Don't give up. Because just like Pastor said today, we have to realize that we got to look back and say, thank you, Lord, for me even having choices. Because it was not too long ago, on the way home from church, I was thinking, you know what, Dewana, you really only been saved like you are for real for 10 years. You know, so, and you expect so much from yourself. You expect you to be like this, like, highfalutin, you know, prophesizing, always going to be, you know, good of the Lord, you know, Lord is my strength. I'm going to feel like that every day. I'm not. I don't. On this 26th day before I move, I ain't feeling it. But I'm going to do that starting today. The pray thing. And the move and crap around thing. So, follow me the next 26 days until I get those keys.
And the enemy has been busy. But I tell you, you serve a God who's still in control. And he'll give you peace even in the midst of sorrow. But see, you can't know that until you've been through a season like that yourself. And I need you to just put your hand in the hand of your neighbor and say, neighbor, he's going to make you strong through here. Oh, come on. Just encourage them and tell them, he's going to make you strong through here. I know it's been rough. Oh, he's going to make you strong right through here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to make you strong right through here.
About 25 days left until I move out of this place. And here's one good thing about me moving, alright? Here's my car, alright? It's been parked here all night long. But let me show you where I actually live. My apartment is really all the way down there. Yeah, so when I came home last night, I couldn't find a parking space. So I had to park all the way down here. And that's one good thing about moving is the fact that I have my own driveway. I paid too much money not to be able to park in front of my house. And it has gotten to the point where I don't even like going anywhere. Once I get home, if I get a good parking space. It is now 4:30 in the morning. I woke up to go to the bathroom. I looked outside. I saw that there's 2 parking spaces in front of where I live. I just got done my morning prayers. And I'm now going to drive my butt down there. So that's one good thing about moving. And I need to hurry up and start my car and get my butt down there because somebody will most definitely drive up in here in the next few minutes and get those spaces. Have a good day, y'all. Day 3. And wait, before I go in there, let's talk about my prayer this morning. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I ain't prayed in my house in the last month. I'm going to be honest, I haven't. So this morning was all about reading my word and really apologizing to the Lord for not giving him some of my time. He's given me all this time. Why haven't I given him my time? And maybe me talking to him every day will help with my mind. I'm talking good to be up before something in the morning. I'm telling you what, those 4 something in the morning cries of worship, ain't nothing like them. Now, let me get my book back in and see if I go back to sleep. And since I'm being transparent, let's talk about how I've had my trunk packed with some of my bags of clothes since May, because my first moving date was the 19th. So I thought I was moving in 2 weeks. But I can't put anything in here. And this is a bag of stuff from Shein I haven't even opened. I have problems. I know. Welcome to my life.
So, I have 24 days until I move out of this one-bedroom apartment. And I have a few things to talk about today. Number one, the new place got me messed up. Okay? They moved back my move-in date. And then she said I got sent a new welcome letter. And, like, the cost is more now than it was when I was moving in 10 days earlier. Somebody make that make sense to me. It don't make sense. So, there that is. And yesterday, let me set the scene, okay? So, my son Jabri, he passed away in my bedroom on my floor, all right? And before I came back here, because if you don't know, I was in North Carolina when my son passed. I didn't think I would want to come back to this apartment and live for real. I didn't think I would want to. But I'm so happy that I did because, you know, this is the last place my son was. But when he was, that Saturday before he passed, that whole day he was throwing up what I thought was blood. But what we think, which ain't no better, was bile from his stomach, was what was, you know, coming up out of him. He had drank the night before. My son had diabetes. My son hardly drank. He hardly drank. But, you know, his birthday was that Friday. He turned 25, you know. So I'm sure he had a little bit too much to drink. And Saturday he was paying for it, you know. But, so when I came home in my room, there were, like, drops of what I thought was blood everywhere in my room, right? And I was like, well, am I about to cry? So there were like blood, spots of what I thought was blood all around in my room, right? And I was like, I can't live here. I can't stay in this room. All these spots of my son's whatever on the floor, you know? So my aunt got a shampooer. And I'm gonna tell you, I shampooed the hell out of this floor. I shampooed the hell out of this floor. Every spot but 2 spots will come up. So I was just like, okay, when I move out of here, I'm gonna vacuum, I'm gonna shampoo the carpets again, and hopefully those 2 will come out. And I'm trying to figure out, why won't those 2 stains come out, you know? So what's so crazy is yesterday while working, I happened to look down at one of the stains on the floor. And then I had this like aha moment, like, Dewana, you can cut a piece of the carpet out that has the stain in it and take it with me. Right, that sounds weird, right? Does that sound weird? I brought it up today, this morning, 5:30 this morning. It's now 7. So yeah, I've been up since 5:30. So 5:30, I'm taking up my daughter to work. And I brought it up to her. I'm like, hey, so, you know, I'm thinking of cutting out a patch of carpet, you know, where it has that spot from Jabri and taking it with me. And she's like, don't you have the ashes? And I'm like, you know what? I do have the ashes. So why is it so important for me to cut out a piece of this carpet that has a spot of stuff that came out of my son's body before he died? Why do I want it? Why do I want it? I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to really figure out, why do I want this patch of carpet? You know what? Miss Gail, she's gonna get a mouthful on Thursday. I'm so tired of going to her every Thursday with something new. Every Thursday I keep thinking, all right, we're gonna get to talking about my past trauma, and I'm gonna be on a steadfast course of action for dealing with that and what other parent issues I got. Let's knock them out over this next month. I ain't got past my kids in this grief thing yet. And I got 24 more days till I move up out of here. Let me tell you how God don't play about me. All right? And I told y'all I was going to come with something. Now, y'all remember this clip? I'm going to stop my tape. I'm going to show y'all this clip real quick, and then I'm going to be back. All right, so, you see in there, I was watching NZT Sunday afternoon, watching the morning service, and Bishop Jacobs was going to preach until the Holy Spirit just took over. He was going to preach about Job. And if y'all don't know, I'm reading through the Bible in chronological order from the first book to the last. I started January 1st. But Dewana is always late. Like, I'll be on a roll for a good couple weeks, and then I'll forget for 10 days. But I usually catch up before I get to the new month. I usually catch up. Well, I haven't caught up yet. But don't you know, when I went back into it, I'm only a week out. But yesterday I started back, and it was Esther. I finished Esther off last night. Do you know who I start with this morning? Job. Y'all can't tell me God ain't in that. Y'all can't tell me God ain't in the fact that he was going to preach about Job. And now, as I said, I feel so connected to Job in this season of sorrow that I feel like I'm going through right now. And then boom, boom, that boom. Because no, I don't know the books in chronological order yet. But I will. Here it is. There's Job. I was like, Lord, you can play no games with me. I know you're walking me through this and these tears and this mad and me being mad at everybody and just mad at life and all that. I know this is just, you're going to work it all out. And me doing it on a video is just part of the vision. I don't know how to end this though. All right. I now have 23 days left here before I move. And I'm having a hard time with it. It is now 1 o'clock in the morning. Once again, I have went to sleep at 7 and woke up at 11. So, what's on my mind today? I want to tell a quick story about my son. I feel like I'm going to be talking about him a lot in these little mini vlogs that I'm doing here. But on Monday, I was in a meeting at work and I was talking about my grandson. I'm trying to get him into kindergarten. I'm trying to figure out what school district I want to put him in or whatever. And I'm always like in this whole like, oh, what was me, my baby boy? Oh God, he's gone. You know, that's how I've been feeling since May, you know. And I ain't focused on nothing else. But on Monday, in that meeting, they were talking about courts and stuff, right? And I was like, I said, I'm not going to those student-teacher conferences. I hate those things. I'm not doing it because I'm talking about not doing it for going with my grandson, right? And I said, in fact, I used to have to go to truancy court for years because Jabri did not like going to school. And that's the God honest truth. Jabri did not like school. Like, that boy did not like school. Yeah, so he did not like school. And I'm telling you, before he was diagnosed with diabetes, that boy like left school. He played basketball. He was on AAU. I mean, he just like loved life. But it was like as soon as we found out he had diabetes, it was like the life was just taken from him. But yeah, and then I got mad in the meeting. I was like, you know, I used to go to truancy court. We used to have to go, at one point we were going like once a month, you know, and we would see this one judge and he would just be so hard. And truthfully, Jabri would be sitting there like, I'd be sitting there crying, like, you know, what about the judge? What am I? I've been doing everything I've been doing. What else you want me to do? You know, I work 6 to 3, I work 10 to 7, I work 2 to 11, you know. I can't make him do it, you know what I'm saying? Ever since he got this diabetes, I just, that was me. Jabri, on the other hand, I ain't doing nothing. I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh my gosh, he was somebody, he was steadfast. When he didn't like something, it wasn't no turning him, you know. But so that's what I'm thinking about early this morning, about that. He has such a testimony, and I used to always tell Jabri, I don't think you get, like, you are a walking, living, talking testimony, you know. And I said, if you could just tell your story, like, it would affect so many people's lives, you know. But I'm going to tell our story. That's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to go to bed now because I got to get up at 5:30. I got prayer at 6. And I'm going to put my prayer, the prayer line thing after this, 6 o'clock this morning. Every Wednesday morning we have prayer. Jump on the line. Get your word, start your day. Day 23. 23 more days. And I move up out of here. Good morning. I am now 22 days away from moving out of my 1-bedroom apartment into my new place. Okay, so I did a thing yesterday. I went to sleep, I swear for God, after 10, because the lady downstairs goes to work and she usually is between 9:50 and 9:55. I heard her loud car start. She got this big old truck. I heard that. So I was like, boom, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go to sleep. I woke up at 3:30. It's now 4:40 and I'm still up. So I was about to do my prayer, but I ended up watching NZT. They had a service last night. So I was sitting there watching that. Once I get done doing this, I'm going to do my reading for the morning, get my prayer out the way. I was going to do this after my prayer, but I said, no, do it before your prayer. After, I don't know how my prayer might go this morning. My morning prayers be deep. My afternoon prayers or evening prayers, I'd be like, all right, Lord, you know how I feel. But anyway, so for so long, my son died on September 18th, 2022. And for the last however many months it's been, all I thought about was his death. Like, no lie. I thought about that, and I'm going to talk about that eventually. But today, since I have only 22 days left in the last place my son ever was, you know why I'm doing this? I see what you're doing, Lord. Let me tell you something. I did not come on here to cry. I did not. I was going to be funny and everything. Like, this is what I know the Lord wants me to talk about because I'm so emotional about it. Because I know that I'm not the only one. So let me go ahead and start the story. So I want to talk about the beginning of when my son was first diagnosed with diabetes. That's what I want to talk about today. Hold on. All right, so I around 10, 11, something like that. But way before that, my son was, when he was little, right? Jabri's eyes, if you ever see Jabri, I'm going to show you a picture of him. But I look through my TikToks. I've done some TikToks about him. My son, like, you see my eyes, right? You see how my eyes look chinky, right? My son's eyes, no eyes, are like this. That's how his eyes were. Like, you could not see his eyelids. So I just thought he was my chinkiest looking baby, you know. But finally, when he went to school, they were like, we don't think your son can see. So he was like 6, 7 years old. He went to the eye doctor, and his eyesight was so bad that when he got glasses, his eyes looked like Coke. To him, his eyes looked like Coke bottles. They were big, but for real, they were normal size. Okay, I should have knew then. Maybe something wrong with my baby, but I didn't. Fast forward some years, now I'm in my addiction. I'm an alcoholic, number one. I pop the pills, I chop the pills, I cut up the pills, and I sniff the pills. That's 2. And I did a lot of coke in those days. That's 3, all right? I was battling all my own demons, you understand me? But Jabri was steadily getting skinny, right? And thank God I was living with my mama. Okay, so I decided to do this because I knew I wouldn't be all cryy and teary-eyed. But let me tell you how God is just, he's just revealing so many things to me. Like, I'm having so many aha moments, you know. Like, just now I was like, thank God my mom was there. I ain't never thought that. I ain't never thought, thank God my mom was there because my mom noticed it. I didn't even notice it, y'all. I was so deep in my own addiction and my own stuff. I didn't even notice that something was wrong with my baby, you know. But my mom did. My mom was like, you gotta go get him checked. He's been peeing a lot. He's always thirsty. Look how skinny he looks. And my son, I used to tell people, oh, my baby look like one of those, like, and no shade. My son looked like one of those Ethiopians, you know how you see, like, in the videos when they want your money, and you see nothing but, like, the rib cages. That's how my baby looked. Okay, so boom. I took him to the doctor, right? And the doctor looked at him. And I should have knew then how the doctor looked at him. He was like, So then he tested his sugar, you know, with his little tester. I forgot the names of everything. And he was like, yeah, so we're going to take your son to the hospital. And I was like, okay. And they said, the reader that I have here doesn't read anything over 500. And I was like, you know, I didn't know anything about diabetes at that time. I didn't know what that meant. And he was like, your son is reading over 500. So we need to get him somewhere that can read over, you know, to get his actual reading, you know, for his diabetes, right? And I'm thinking we're going to go to the hospital around the corner. No, we're going to the children's hospital up the road. You understand me? So, you know, the whole time Jabri's still up, talking, walking, you know. They called an ambulance, so we had to go to the local hospital for the ambulance to meet us there. I drove in the ambulance with my baby, so he was like 10, 11 years old. Drove to the ambulance. He was in fifth grade. 5th to 6th grade. So how old are you in that age? 10, 11. Okay, so, and this is going to be long, right? How long I'm already at 7 minutes. All right, this is my longest one yet, but you're getting a story, okay? And this story might have to be continued for the next couple days. So stay tuned. I think I'll have to stay tuned today on Throwback Thursday of all days. Okay, so we get in the ambulance. I'm talking to Jabri, you know, I don't know what's going on for real. I'm just an alcoholic dope fiend that's just there, you know, like stuck. Like, what is going on? You know, still not even registering your baby is sick. And he's going to be sick for the rest of his life, girl. So we get there. Jabri jumps out the ambulance. He goes in. They rush him in, right? And, you know, they rush him in, and I'm still not. I ain't getting 2 and 2 ain't sitting with me. My son gets back there. They tried to take his blood. They tried to get some blood from his fingertips. From here, everywhere. They finally went to his foot. And they read his foot. And they looked at the tester. It was a children's hospital. And I don't remember the correct date. I don't know. Maybe the Lord will give it to me one of these days. But I know his reading was over 1,400. And they said to my son and to me that they didn't understand how my son was walking, let alone talking. And his sugar was that high. He should be in a coma, let alone dead. And I knew then that my son, I knew God was with him right then. I knew he was with him right then. Jesus, it's going to be hard. But I got to talk this stuff out. This is what I got to do. I know it, Lord. I know it now. Whew. All right. I have 21 more days until I move out of this one-bedroom apartment into my new place. And let me just say that the Lord is kind, okay? Because I could have made a calamity in my head, which I did for a little bit. But then I had to think, okay, what is the Lord trying to tell me? You need to take a day. So he's doing diversion in there. And also, he wants to show me that I can't keep doing things the way I used to do things. So let me show you how day 7 has gone. And the weekend has just begun. The Lord is kind. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Right, Mason?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Don't you put that there.
Why?
Because people sat there. All right, so the first place I went to was Spencer's Bazaar, the sale outside every Tuesday, Friday. They do an auction. I believe they do one at 12, and they do another one starting at 4. Where they sell other stuff. So here I am outside looking at all the auction stuff. Y'all know I'm moving, so I am always looking at stuff, and I really wanted this silverware. Like, you know how you get silverware when you're married in the big box? That's what I liked. And I'm guessing because it's close to summer that all the vendors are coming out. They had the guy with the sneaks. They had the lady with all the rings. She had all of the rings. Every last ring you want, she had them. You understand me? Like, they just have stuff they have all kinds of stuff there. So this is outside. Oh yeah, I want to learn how to play guitar so bad. So bad. So if you're ever in Dover, here's a good place to stop. To the Spencer's. And you know what? I've never really shopped out there. Here's inside one of the barns. You see it. Clothes again, stuff everywhere. I really like that chandelier. I really did like that chandelier. Yeah, so I feel like the Lord just wanted me to get out and just enjoy the day with my grandson and myself, and just realize to just take every day as it comes. I'm going to get that mirror. That's why I came back to it when I get some money. And that's the sale for you. Here's inside the other barn where they sell all the food. I was in here looking for my aunties because I was hanging out with my aunties today.
along with y'all know who. Yeah, y'all know who. Get ready, because this is where he wanted to go. His favorite place is McDonald's. As long as he had a good time, I'm here for it. And he ate that food like a champ. So, 21 more days, and I'm up out of here, y'all. Bye. See y'all tomorrow.